Yo, what is up YouTube? Welcome back. We're here today again on FIFA 20, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through my starting 11 of my close to 5 million coin team in this current market. And yeah, we're just going to kind of look at all the players, look at their stats for me, and look at the card stats as as a whole. So yeah, guys, this is what my team looks like. This is what this is kind of like my mega team, my main team. This is what we run. Premier League in the 4-3-2-1 Premier League slash Icons. But yeah, so we'll start off up here at the top with Sadio Mane, which is a card I've had for a very long time. 450 games played on this card. And if you look at the stats, you see he's been fairly productive. Over his goals plus assists is over his games played. You usually want a 1-to-1 ratio there, and he's well over that, which is very nice. 4-star skiller, 4-star weak foot. And if you look at his stats with a hunter on him, 99 pace, shot power's up to 96. He's got good agility and balance. All right stamina, but yeah, so Sadio has been a great player for us here at the club. I bought him for 520K. He's definitely down from that now. He's looking like he's around 360K now, but even using the 360K valuation, he's still a part of that 5 million coin, close to just under 5 million coins. Up next, we have on the right, it's probably the newest addition to the team. This Ismaila Sarr Future Stars card. I picked it up, and I've played 97 games with it. It was fresh when I got it off the market, too. As you can see, I'm second owner. But we got, I paid 400K for it, and it's done pretty well stat-wise. 58 goals and 46 assists in 97 games, which is not bad at all. He's a 4-star, 3-star, high medium, but he's 6'1", so he's tall, so he can get to some headers and stuff, which I enjoy. But that 98 pace, because I've got a finisher on him just because his pace is already so high. It is deadly. He is so fast. He's got great agility and balance. His shot power's up to 99 with that finisher on him. His physical is low, which is part of why I have that finisher on, to help that jump in for those headers so he can use his height. Decent stamina. But yeah, overall, a really good card. He's still new. I'm still figuring him out, but he's been very good for the team, and very good for me. Up next, we have Heung-min Son. This is his UEFA Champions League Team of the Tournament card. I had this card before because I ran Inform Mbappe for a little while, but I decided I like the finesse shot on this card, by far the best in the game, best I've used. It's so consistent and just so lethal. But I ended up coming back to this card also so I could afford that hullet that's in my midfield now. But I had like 400 games on him. Now I've got 120 on this one with 71 and 27, so he's a little below the 1-to-1 ratio, but I still this card is very, very solid. 4-star, 5-star. That 5-star weak foot is awesome. And you see with a hunter on him, his pace is up close to 98-ish. If you average him, shot power 99. He's got good agility, decent balance. But all his other dribbling stats are close to 90, if not higher. He's got good stamina. Good short passing, which is nice in the box. But yeah, overall, a very good card, and I just couldn't stay away from it. I had to come back even after using Inform Mbappe. So now as we move into the midfield, we'll start with Hullet. The most expensive card I think in the team. I got him for 922,000 coins. He goes now for I think just under 900,000. But yeah, so I played 139 games with him, 37 goals and 20 assists, which out of a midfield position, when I kind of run him as more as a defensive players, that's pretty solid. That 5-star weak foot's really nice on this card, and also him being 6'3" with a medium. Overall, just kind of dominates the midfield. It pairs very well with Conte, who's also a very dominant midfield player. Definitely worth the coins. I know Skills said he didn't like. He said Baby Hullet was trash. I disagree. He added another level in my squad, and I had Footmas Sissoko before I had him. He just adds a whole nother dynamic to my squad. In my opinion. But yeah, so I put a shadow on him to help boost that pace and his defending because I use him more as a defensive style player. But yeah, I mean, this card, I mean, you look at it, there's a reason that 80 plus is Hullet Gang. I know this card isn't Hullet Gang specifically, but I mean, it's just across the board as solid as it gets. There's nothing this card really can't do. It could play center back. It could play it could play up and forward because it's shooting. It's got very good finesse shot. Just overall a great card there on Baby Hullet. Up next we have Baby Blanc, who I actually got out of my first ever base icon pack, and I played 557 games with this card, and I just haven't found anybody who I wanted to replace it. He's 6'4", and I use him also as a defensive player, even though this card is a base cam. Because as you may know, the other two Blanc icons are center backs. So he's a more defensive player, naturally, and he can play in that as a center mid, as a defensive center mid, just with that height and his medium high work rate. But yeah, 131 goals and 139 assists. I take a lot of penalties with him. That's where a lot of the goals come from, just because he's a very good penalty taker. But gosh, I mean, I've played with this card for a long time. There are a lot of cards have come and gone around this guy. And he's been kind of the anchor to the club. I think he might be our most tenured player. But yeah, so I've got a shadow on him as well to boost his pace, where it's like a 92 in game, as well as get those defending stats up. He's got decent stamina. Dribbling stats are surprisingly okay. And his shooting's not bad at all. His finishing is decent for a midfielder. But yeah, I really enjoyed this card. It's going to be a sad day because he's probably the next midfielder to go out of the team. It's going to be a sad day when that comes, but we'll keep him in the club because he is untradeable. So we'll always have some Blanc in the club. Up next we have Inform Conte. I got him for 362,000 coins, and he goes for 400,000 coins now. So if I were to get rid of this card, I'd actually do well right this moment. But 339 games played with him, 61 goals scored and 97 assists. I'll say his passing's good. He does well facilitating out of the midfield. He's such a dominant defensive presence in the midfield. He just wins the ball at will. But he scores a lot more goals than I'd expect. He gets into the box sometimes. He'll get up and just make great runs and finish, amazingly, even with that 66 shooting. I mean, he's got 66 finishing, but sometimes he just doesn't miss, and I'll score 2 or 3 goals a game with him. I've had a couple hat tricks with his card. But yeah, I mean, as a defensive midfield player, is phenomenal. Now, the shooting is his only weakness. His short passing and basically all the important passing stats other than crossing are pretty solid. Dribbling's great, good balance. Defending is immaculate other than heading, just because he's short. He's, 5'6"? Yeah, Conte's 5'6". 98 stamina, so OP, but this is a great card. I love it, and it's going to be hard to knock this out of the team. It's going to take like a Vieira or something to remove him. But yeah, so we'll hop back into the back line, and we'll start over here with an interesting card, and this Angelino. For a long time, there was or not a long time, but at a point in time, there was an SBC out for like a player pick for these Road to the Final cards, and I ended up doing it and choosing this Angelino, and I didn't use it for a while because I was using Andy Robertson at the time. This was early in FIFA, and then this card ended up, because it was a Man City card. It just actually changed to go to Leipzig because he's on loan now, but it initially was a Man City card, and as Man City advanced, it started getting better and better until it was much better than Robertson. I ended up starting him, and I've played 477 games with this card. Doesn't score much, does decently well on assists down the line and stuff. 4-star skiller, 3-star weak foot on a left back, though, is not that important. But when we go look at the card's stats, as a card, it's a very, very solid left back. High pace, and and especially with that shadow, bumps him up to 99 in-game pace. Good passing, good dribbling. Shooting's not bad. His goals are all 5 are off of free kicks. So he's got a decent free kick accuracy, and scores them well. Defending's good, everything but heading, because he's a little shorter, I believe. He's 5'9". Physical, great stamina, good aggression, but overall a really good card, and I'm able to still use him because I can pair him with some icons to keep him in the team because he's now Bundesliga. But I hope Leipzig keeps advancing, so this card will keep getting better. I mean, imagine this is an 88, go one more up in overall. I mean, it'll be a phenomenal card. But yeah, so I really enjoy that Angelino, and it'll probably stay in the squad for a while, especially if it keeps getting upgraded. Up next, we've got Cannavaro. I got him out of my I want to say last icon pack. And if you haven't seen those videos or those icon packs, they are on the channel. You can go check them out. They're in that the FIFA playlist on the channel. But yeah, so we got this Cannavaro. It's about a 700,000 coin center back icon. He's 5'9", which I don't like in a center back, but his just ability to defend um, makes up for it. It's insane. He scores. All his goals have been off headers. I've played 287 games with him. When you go look at this card, though, I mean, as a center back, it's what you want. You want good pace, especially with a shadow, bumps it up into the high nine or mid 90s. Great defending, and with a shadow, bumps most of those up to 99 or very close to 99, and then good physical. Or great jumping, especially, which helps make up for that him only being 5'9". But yeah, I mean, a great card. 700K is a lot, but he does very well. I wasn't sure if I was going to like him. I used to run Sol Campbell's baby icon, which I loved that card. Probably one of my favorite cards that I've used this year at the center back position. But I ended up, selling him because I packed this one, and I didn't want to get rid of Van Dijk because Van Dijk's better than both of them, in my opinion. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed Cannavaro. Up next, we've got Virgil van Dijk, which I have played 554 games with, and I bought him a long time ago, so he's only around 390K now, whereas I bought him for close to 520. But that was 554 games ago, a long time ago. But VVD, I mean, you know him. You probably played him in Weekend League, and he is just a terror to come up against. He's so dominant and just an amazing center back. Arguably the best in the game this year. 26 goals, most of them are off of corners where he gets his big body onto it and puts a header on frame. 15 assists. But yeah, with him being 6'4" at center back position and having decent pace, it just makes him another level of difficult to beat. And he makes plays. As simple as that. With a shadow on him, boosts his pace by quite a bit. His defending is already at 90, but it boosts it even more. With a shadow, good physical. Shooting, passing aren't great. His short pass and long pass are okay. Dribbling, his composure's not bad, but other than that, nothing else is real great. But yeah, overall, probably the best center back I've used this year. He's absolutely phenomenal. If you have a Premier League squad, this is the guy you want as a center back. Just absolutely great card. And I for whatever reason have the UCL variant. But up next we have Headliners Kyle Walker. So I got him for 393K. He goes for about 337 now, is what Footman has him at. But if Man City, this card is very likely to rise, very likely to get upgraded if Kyle Walker gets an inform, or if Man City does well. I believe it's like they have to win 4 games or something like that. But this card will get upgraded, so there's a chance that price could rise. But I've played 230 games with it. Kyle Walker is just, with him being tall at that and so pacey at that right back position, he is by far the best right back in the Premier League. Maybe other than Team of the Year, Alexander-Arnold. I'm sure. I haven't used that card, but I can imagine it's pretty good. But yeah, so this Kyle Walker, I've got a shadow on him as well, which puts his pace at 99 in game, and increases his defending to probably the low 90s. But yeah, I mean, overall, just a great card. I'm really excited to hopefully see this card get some upgrades, which could really just make him lethal. But he's phenomenal, consistent. I'm never like, well, dang, Kyle Walker really messed that up. He's just very, very sound, fundamentally sound card. Great Premier League right back. And then in goal, I have what I think is arguably the best Premier League goalkeeper. I think it's better than that Team of the Year Allison. And that would be Futmas De Gea. They did this as an SBC over Christmas time, and I've played 467 games since then. Those goals are from penalties. I'll sometimes take them to troll people in foot champs and in rivals. I'll take a penalty with the goalkeeper, especially if I'm up. I know it's a little bit of a jerk move, but sometimes it's funny. Anyhow, amazing card. This card is so good. De Gea being 6'4", good height for a goalkeeper, and I mean, you could just look at his stats. He's just solid. And in game, if you've ever played against this card, you definitely know it because he just stops everything. It's insane. But yeah, guys, so that's my starting 11. I know we've got a lot of things in the club, and we could do a club tour. And look at some of those cards sometime if that's something you guys would be interested. If that is, let me know down in the comments. And if we can get, I'll tell you what, if we can get this video to 10 likes, then I'll go through and we'll look at some of the special cards in my club. Maybe not quite as in depth as we did starting 11 here. But we'll definitely take a look at some of the cards, and I'll talk about how I got some of them, what a memory attached to them, a pack, something like that. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you later. Peace.